This episode of the Date Podcast is sponsored by Bopsy. Meet up to 6 people over mobile video. It's video speed dating. Download Bopsy in the Google Play Store or iTunes. Check out bopsy.com. Hey, this is Zorric.
And Emma.
Host of the Date Podcast. We're so excited to do another show for you today. And we have a special guest. Her name is Dani from Coffee Break with Dani. Hey.
That's me. Hey, guys.
But first, we'd like to ask for your help. We're a brand new podcast.
Available on iTunes and Google Play. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Hopefully, it's a raving review. Also, tell your friends about the podcast. We appreciate all the feedback and support.
If you have any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss, you can drop us a note at hello@datepodcast.com or on @datepodcast on Instagram and Twitter. So now for the fun stuff.
Okay. You know how much I love my celebrity gossip.
I know.
I love it. And Love Actually is one of my favorite movies.
That's my favorite movie.
Okay,
ever.
perfect. And it doesn't have to be
me, you are
Christmas.
perfect.
I know. It doesn't have to be Christmas to watch it, right?
No.
So Hugh Grant is actually married for the first time, and I was not aware that he had never been married. He is 57, and this is the first time he's married.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
life goals.
It's
Yes.
like Clooney. Someone got him to settle down.
Right. Yeah.
Who is this person?
Yeah. I want her magical potion.
She is Swedish. Her name is Anna Eberstein, and she's 39. And apparently they have 2 kids together, a 2-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son, and then a 3rd child who apparently arrived this spring.
Wow. And we don't know this?
Pardon?
I never got the invite.
I know, right? Apparently it was like a very kind of secret wedding. And the only reason people found out is because in England or London, it's displayed in the register office for 28 days. So it's public knowledge.
Wow.
So that's how people found out about it. And then, of course, they started showing pictures. But he also has 2 other kids from another ex-girlfriend who are 5 and 6. So just doing the math, he was 51, right?
Wow.
When he had his first child.
There's hope
Maybe
for us.
50.
There's
Yeah.
hope for us.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but it's easier for men to have children than it is for women.
That's true.
Yeah, it takes us 5 minutes, and you guys takes 9
Uh-huh.
months.
You guys can't see, but I'm giving Zorric a dirty look.
He's used to it by now.
I get lots of those.
So, yeah, I think it's cool that, he is married and he found the one for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
57, that's... I guess when his kids are older, he's going to be a lot older.
Yeah.
But you can't help that, right? I mean, life, when you have plans, kind of craps on you.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You want to have... Maybe he wanted to get married earlier, and maybe it just didn't happen.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no.
No,
The
he
party
didn't want to
didn't
get
stop.
married, and so it's surprising that he decided to get married. I mean, he dated Elizabeth Hurley and
Yeah.
didn't want to settle with her.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to marry her, so maybe this. His current wife just had the magic touch. I don't know.
Dang.
Magic
Yeah.
touch. Maybe he knows, or she knows every one of his love languages, and just kind of every day
She
the bucket
tapped
is
into
full.
it.
The bucket is full every day. And I'm not talking sexual though. I mean anything.
I'm not.
What do you-
I'm just rolling my
Someone
eyes.
fill my bucket.
Did you ever watch The Real Housewives of, oh my gosh, Orange County? Vicky
No.
Gumbelson was like, I need my love tank full.
Oh.
My love tank is empty. I need it full. That's from the love languages too.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So today we have Dani again. She's from Coffee Break with Dani. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you are a beauty and lifestyle vlogger or blogger, or what is it?
It's called an influencer.
Oh, excuse me. Oh.
Don't limit me.
Okay, so what we want to talk about today, Dani and Emma, is this is hard for me too, but what should I wear on the first date? What is it?
Clothes, for sure.
That's usually my first thing. I
Yeah.
think of what clothes to wear. But, okay, for me, when I go on a first date, I think men should wear clothes that are fitted. First of all, right? No.
I don't know.
You don't know.
By fitted, do you mean more tailored?
Yeah, so tailored.
Okay.
So I think when I was recently, so this is 2 years ago, but when I broke up with my ex, or she broke up with me, I don't know what happened.
We don't need to talk about it.
When you got rid of her.
When I got rid of her,
I can say that because I know her.
Oh, snap!
I'm sweating already. So when you get into a relationship, you kind of just, I didn't shop for anything new, any new clothes. So I wore the same Old Navy jeans for like a year or
You
2
get
years.
stuck in a rut.
Yeah, and so, well, first of all, before I go into like what men should wear, I think men should wear, I think you should throw your crap out because it's time to start fresh.
Oh,
Right?
I like that.
Well, yes, I agree. However, I think you need to bring reinforcements because sometimes there's like sentimental value or you think you're going to be able to use this. And so it's nice to have a fresh pair of eyes kind of rummaging through your closet with you to say, no, this is not coming back. You need to actually throw this away.
She knows me because I was going to say hire a stylist.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did. So she like threw all my crap away and I was like crying. I was like, oh, I love this shirt. I love
You were having
those.
like hoarder moments?
Yeah. It was so hard for me because I wear the same stuff every week for,
But it's also identity.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's important because you get in a relationship and you lose your identity. So
Yeah.
if something is special to you or it makes you feel like you,
Yeah.
I think it's important to hold on to.
Yeah, definitely. I see that
Right?
point too. Yeah. But I'm the type also that wants to start fresh. So it's like, you
I
know.
do like that. And it's
Yeah.
more like liberating and powerful.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
definitely.
like throw it out.
Yeah. So hire a stylist. This is my recommendation. Hire a stylist. Understand your body style.
Yes.
And then, so here are the things I think that men should wear on a first date: a gray, black, or blue type outfit.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Masculine.
That's number one.
Neutrals.
Yes,
Masculine
neutral colors.
neutrals. Okay.
Also, I always wear a blue blazer that's tailored every
Okay.
time.
I'm pretty sure that's on your Instagram.
Yeah, and because there is a statistic that says if you wear blue, you're most likely to get a second date. Did you know that?
Huh.
Yeah.
I kind of have a date after this. Just saying. Feel good about it.
Yeah. So a blue blazer.
Is this for both men and women?
This is for me as a
Okay.
man. Okay, I'm talking about my date.
Okay. I wasn't sure if the color blue pertains
God,
to
Emma.
both men
No,
and
it
women.
does not. I have.
Oh, it doesn't?
I have something for women too, but that's
Okay.
later
Okay.
on.
Okay.
So blue blazer, a button-up shirt, because you can either. You can also wear a V-neck and wear the blazer over it, so it's kind of
What
like.
if she gets cold? She could wear
Oh,
your blazer.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
look
move
at
right
that.
there.
That's,
That's a
a
super
move.
move.
That's
Yeah.
a super move.
Yeah, especially if she's like an acts of service type person.
Uh-huh.
Bam. Like second date
Gotcha.
for sure. First you got to
Just don't ask though, because Emma might get mad.
Hey, when I'm on a date, it's a date. It's not a therapy session. It's not a therapy
your
session.
love languages, okay?
We can talk about that after like the 5th date, not on the first date.
What's your deductible?
So, okay, along with a button-up shirt and a nice or fitted V-neck shirt, wear no-show socks, because that's the thing. I'm just saying. Why are you puzzled, Emma?
Okay.
It's the thing right now.
Okay.
No-show socks.
Okay.
Okay, and then
I'm listening. I'm
That was
listening.
a snort. By the way.
So you're. I just want to clarify.
what are you?
She's like, let me see your feet right now.
So like,
Pets. Like little pets. Okay.
so you're wearing slacks or jeans.
Yes.
And dress-up shoes.
Correct.
And you're wearing
I love Emma's
no-show
face.
socks.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's the style. You can't fight it, Emma.
Okay.
Just gotta like accept
Okay.
it.
Are your pants like those tailored slim fit at the bottom where you could kind of fold them a little bit if you wanted to?
Yeah.
And they're kind of a little preppy?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
then maybe.
Okay, then
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you like cross your legs at like Fleming's and you're wearing no-show socks with your slacks, it's a little
You think so?
I'm gonna
Okay.
question it.
I mean,
yeah, if
okay.
you're going for that preppy look, yes.
with the
Yeah,
cuff or
totally
fold,
see it that way.
tapered at the bottom.
If you're just wearing like nice slacks and You don't have socks on. That looks weird to me. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Well, no one stopped me.
You know what?
maybe
Continue.
I'm,
Okay. All right.
I'm glad we're talking
Continue.
about this because maybe this is an intervention instead.
His Bumble's going to be updated too. I
All the
don't
things
own
that
no show
Zorric
socks.
that shouldn't do anymore. All the things you need to stop doing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
gonna start taking notes of everything.
Okay, please.
Okay, that's a good friend.
Perfect, friend. So, one thing that I ask women is, what's the first thing you notice on men? And the number one thing I get is shoes, actually, and clean shoes. Because if he doesn't take care of his shoes, that means he doesn't take care of himself.
Huh.
What do you guys think about that theory?
I look at teeth.
Oh,
Yeah. I think I'm divorced now, but before I got married, when I was in my 20s, it was shoes. It was definitely shoes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what kind of shoes are they wearing? Now for me, it's how they smell.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a close second. But also, like, I'm short, so I'm constantly looking up. So I'm just conditioned to look up.
Mhm.
I'm not conditioned to look down.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
So you're like shoes, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shoes, clean shoes, guys,
Mhm.
and then also wear a watch. I think not even a smartwatch.
yeah.
No, not
Be-
a smartwatch.
Because
A big boy watch.
big boy
is
watch.
So sexy.
Yes.
yeah, classy also,
Mm-hmm.
and conscientiousness is the personality trait that's associated with people who wear watches.
Yeah.
So yeah, and supposedly more people are on time with watches.
Yeah, I don't
mean, it makes
have
sense.
mine on today, but I always
Yeah.
feel naked whenever I like forget to wear it or
Yeah.
I leave it at home. Like I'm at work, I'm like, where's my watch?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then, so my last thing is what Dani said a while ago, cologne.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you always should wear cologne on the first date because...
On all dates.
Yeah.
Oh
all
yeah.
of them. Would they say
Yeah.
what your memories are triggered by scent?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if that's the last first date you ever go on, he better smell good.
Yeah.
Especially if like you want to make a good impression and like you can like say this smell reminds me of this guy and this was a good date so that like that's a positive memory too.
Yeah, yeah. And there was some research about that too that says how a guy smells is the most important feature in determining whether or not she'd be sexually attracted to him.
It's the pheromones.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. So wear a nice cologne. I'm not an expert, but you can go to whatever beauty store and they can help you out. Pick a.
Oh,
you
they
can
do?
also go
Yeah.
somewhere and like get your scent made, like your
Oh,
natural
really?
scent. Oh yeah, they like
Oh.
pick up on your pheromones and do stuff, and then they bottle your scent up, so
Yeah.
it's just accentuated.
Yeah, just real quick. What's a weird smell that you guys enjoy? Like a weird smell. Like for
The
me.
smell of like tires
Oh yeah. For
and
me.
gasoline sometimes.
Yeah.
Bleach.
Like
But
the
I'm a clean freak.
Yes.
I'm a clean freak. Like,
Like
I
the clean,
I
right?
clean to relax. I clean
Yes.
when I'm happy. I clean when I'm sad. Like I love to clean.
Yeah.
Like a friend of mine moved, and I was like, "Can I please come help you clean your house?" And he was like, "Are you crazy?" And I was like, "Yeah, but can I come and help you clean your house?" I love the smell of bleach. Not because I
agree.
murder. Jeez, you guys.
Yeah. Oh.
We don't know
Cleaning
that
up the
yet.
body. Do you watch Dexter by any chance?
I did watch it. And when it ended, I was like, you know what? I'll never get this like 2 years of my life back. Because that's how long it took me to watch it on Netflix. God, that was so many. So disappointed, Dexter. I had
So-
more faith in you, you pussy. Sorry.
Oh. So, Dani,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think a guy should wear? Like,
That's a tough question because it all depends on like what you like, right? So if a guy rolls up with like white stitching in his jeans, I
Yeah.
know for a fact we're not compatible. We're just not. And it sounds shallow, but it has a lot to do with their personality type too. So like, I could tell you more so what I don't like than I do like, but for me, if they show up like you said with a blazer or I don't know, slacks, a cute Henley with the blazer, like more of like a comfortable sporty look.
yeah.
I really like it. If they roll up in flip-flops, I will murder.
Done.
Mm-mm.
I'm done.
Unless you're like
Done.
on the beach, right? I think that's
There
the only time
has
it's
to be
appropriate.
a body of water. It could be a Peppa Pig puddle, but there's a body of water, right? But no, they have to look like they thought about it.
Yes.
Yeah, because you have like 7 seconds, right? That first impression.
That like walk up.
Yeah.
That walk up is, I live
Yeah.
for that walk up.
How do you feel? Like when?
And then I always ask, do I look like my pictures? And I make eye contact. I'm like, no hesitation. You have to say yes, okay?
Say it yes or no. You blinked, so you don't think I do. Okay, that's fine.
Did you just breathe?
So as you're walking up to a guy, I
Uh-huh.
mean, what's that feeling you get?
I'm excited because, like I told you guys, one more day could be the last first date I ever go on. So
Yeah.
it's like this anticipation with zero expectation, obviously. This anticipation of like, is this going to be it? Is this going to be it? But I'm so loquacious and social that I don't care who the guy is. I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah.
But it's so exciting because there's so much opportunity, so much hope in that moment. Like, is this going to be a good night or a bad night? Am I going to want to walk away from this date like I did last weekend?
But don't you think that's like the entrepreneur in you too?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That risk,
Yeah.
that like super high adrenaline risk. Like, I could lose it all in this moment, but it's okay.
Yeah,
you know?
but it's like yeah, you're saying that what can happen? It could be so beautiful, or it could be shitty.
Yeah, but
Right.
even if it's crappy, there's a lesson. There's always a lesson.
There is
Yeah.
a lesson, but it's sometimes for me, it's learned very much later.
Oh.
You reflect upon it or
I
something?
reflect upon it. I get some distance from it. I've, talked with my friends about it, and then
You
I'm
mourn
like,
it.
oh, this is what happened. This is
Yeah.
why it happened. Got it. It's not going to be in the moment for me.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm very, remove it by the root.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Anything else, Dani, that you want to see in a man as he's walking up?
Teeth are nice.
Teeth.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Like more
teeth.
than like full teeth?
Yeah,
White teeth?
It's nice if he has teeth. But beggars can't be choosers. No, teeth are nice, but
Yeah.
I don't need perfect teeth.
Okay.
I think teeth give a lot of personality. And if they have that, like I have a snaggle tooth, your people are going to think, the people that listen to this are going to think I'm a troll. You guys, I promise I'm not a troll. Maybe a little. Maybe on a Tuesday morning, okay?
She's
But-
not, guys.
Yeah, no, like teeth with personality. Like, hey, I
Yeah.
take care of my teeth, but I'm confident enough that I don't need Invisalign.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
right.
that's sexy.
What if he's wearing like white stitching in his pants, but
I
has
hate
the
that.
perfect teeth?
Nope, no white sunglasses, no white stitching in jeans, no white watches, no white anything.
Oh.
Oh.
Where did this
No
come
white
from?
shoes.
Emma, let's find out where this
Ooh.
where's this
I
coming
know,
from.
right? Like, I feel like there has to be a story behind the no
Yeah.
white thing.
Well, if I tell you guys a story, then it's going to make me sound like a total douche canoe.
No.
No, it's a gross generalization, obviously. And I'm one of those people that hates the word always, never. You know, those like
It's so
finite.
certain, right? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I'm like, well, who knows? I'm like that in person, but I feel like generally when you get like the white sunglass, white watch, they're the guys that are like last weekend, he was like, well, how far south are you willing to meet me?
Oh.
They're that
Oh,
guy. The guy
yes.
that doesn't get invested. The one that's half in, half out because he's like, yeah, dude, totally gnarly. Like, let's just, I don't
Someone
know,
like
have
the
a beer.
frat boy, I want to party.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It
Oh,
just shows
yeah.
this immaturity of like wanting attention, but in a tacky way.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my flashy sunglasses. Yeah, they're flashy for a really bad reason. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're making up for something there.
So yeah, I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but if I see it, I'm like, lady boner gone.
Oh my gosh.
because what happens if the stylist tells this guy who is like really
I don't think a guy that could afford a stylist would get
Fired.
you might I don't know, there might be that stylist that's like, this is
Yeah.
a trend that's in.
Yeah. That stylist, if you're out there, can you please email us at hello@datepodcast.com because you don't have a job anymore.
Everyone needs to psychoanalyze you for sure.
Can you come in and be a guest?
All right, Emma, what do you have for men?
I'm kind of with you, Zorric. I feel like tailored clothing fitting like pants or jeans, I don't care if they're slacks or if they're jeans. I think if like jeans can always, like if you dress appropriately, like it looks fine and it can work. I also believe in like hair being done if you have hair. I don't
Is that
want
a deal breaker for you? Hair?
It can be.
Yeah.
Like if you, well, I don't care if the guy is bald or balding as long as it's like combed. Does that,
Yeah.
Like,
Dani, is that your take too? Hair?
I used to be like, no bald. Like, I can't do bald. Like, shave head bald. Like, I need hair. I need something to hold on to, you guys. Okay, let's be honest. But as I've, become more active in this dating in Dallas, it's not very you either have a lot of hair or no hair.
Right.
It's one or the other. And so I don't even, at this point, I don't even notice. It's more hygiene. You take care of it, good, no, bad, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
It's
prefer
upkeep. It's
groomed. Yeah.
Groomed.
As long as you're groomed. The same thing with cologne. I think that cologne is important. If you're not wearing any, my nose will recognize it and kind of question it, but it's not something that I will like make a statement of in the moment.
You know
It's
what I
something that I'll
notice?
wonder about later.
When they're wearing like a brand new shirt and it still smells like department store.
Oh, you
I
guys can
hate
smell
that.
that?
I hate that.
Oh my gosh, I've done that
I've
before.
never.
I hate that.
Never
I'm like, I'd
done
rather
that.
you smell like Gain than than department store. Like it's sweet because you got a new shirt, but I'm like, man, are the tags still on it?
Or like air it out, maybe.
Yeah. Or there's like the crease still there. And I'm trying to like iron it out. I don't know how to take that out.
You know, sometimes you can ask the department stores to steam out clothing for you.
Oh, will they?
Yes. Oh, y'all. Oh, yeah.
Emma's fancy. Talking about
Yeah.
stylists and department
was-
stores that steam.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Emma?
I worked retail before, so that's how I know. Because we used to steam things for people.
Emma,
Yeah.
do you want to be my friend?
Yes.
You've taught me a lot about life in like 3 minutes.
But that's like at a nicer place, right? Like,
No, this was at a
Macy's.
like me.
Dillard's.
Mervyn's.
It was at Loft. It was at Loft.
Oh, Loft. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but it's not like bougie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, we used to do a lot of things for our customers.
But that's
there.
for women. I mean, that's a women's store. I don't think they do that at Zara or like Express or.
I would not be surprised. Like they have to have steamers, and so like
Yeah.
they can't refuse you if you ask to steam clothing.
Okay, so I'm gonna go there in my gym shorts and like gym shirt and just buy some clothes and have them
An
steam it.
outfit, and then walk out in it.
Walk out.
Just don't smell like the store.
Yes.
Bring your cologne. Walk by Sephora and spray stuff on.
Like take it with you outside of the bag as you're walking to the
Walk
car,
with this.
and like like just flail it.
just a little bit.
All right. What else do you have, Emma?
That's it. I think just if you're appearing groomed and just
Yeah, look like,
like
you
well
tried.
done,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then it's good.
Yeah.
Put in some effort.
I think we had a guest. Her name was Anna, and she said that a guy just looked like he rolled out of bed. Like he was in a sweatshirt, and it doesn't show effort for sure.
No, that's a big
one thing.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
She didn't go on another date with him, right? I don't
I
remember
don't
her
think
saying
so. I don't
that.
remember
Okay.
what she said, but one date for sure, and that's just the first impression. It's just like a job, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you wanna put your best foot forward in front of like your potential wife or
I know.
husband. I mean,
yeah.
geez.
Yeah. Act like it matters.
Yeah, or you could be one of those people that are just jaded and just are always going on dates and don't give a crap, and they're just, maybe they shouldn't be dating at
Then
that
they
point.
shouldn't
be
be
dating.
dating. They
Yeah.
need to be focusing on something else, and other people is not it.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah, you can't. People aren't playthings. They're not toys.
No.
No.
So don't date.
Human beings with feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So Dani,
I like
what
how
do you,
upset we got.
Dani, what do you think women should wear on the first date?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I always murder myself trying to come up with a cute outfit. For me, it depends on where we're going.
Yes.
Because I used to be very limited to the type of guy that I would like to date. So my outfit was always the same. We'd go to a steakhouse or a really nice restaurant. So I'd always wear the body hugging dress, mini dress, but no cleavage and long sleeves. So it was sexy, but still a little
conservative.
Like a little, it left a little mystery, right? But it really depends on where you're going and how you're feeling, because
Right.
some days I feel like a fox. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this.
I woke up like this.
I'm wearing white jeans and a slinky top, and then other days I'm like, oh my God, this guy's gonna think I'm a troll, And so it depends, but I honestly believe that it has to be something that represents you, what you like, something that you identify with, maybe your favorite shirt or your comfortable shoes. Your makeup should be what you look like. Today is a horrible example because I've been out all day. I have a first date after this,
Oh, wow.
and usually on a first date, I don't even wear foundation. I'll wear concealer, lots of mascara. I do my brows, a really light pink lip, but I want to make sure that they see my face.
Yeah.
Like what I actually look like.
That's exactly what I like wrote down too for makeup.
Yeah.
It was like a very natural look.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of want to accentuate your features.
Yeah.
But keep it very like minimal.
If you're that girl that wants to do the 40 pounds of makeup,
Then go for
then
it.
do it, because that's who you are.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
And so for me, I'm like a skinny jeans, distressed skinny jeans girl with like a really sexy top. That's just what I feel comfortable in. But honestly, it depends on where we're going. But I don't know. Just do what you feel comfortable in, and because if you're gonna go on a second or third or 12th date, eventually your punny T-shirts that say "I hate tacos," said "No Juan ever" are gonna come out. Okay, and I maybe have that T-shirt already.
So most of your dates have been, I guess, more fancy. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, they have, and not intentionally. I think it's just worked out that way.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Sometimes it does. Yeah.
Yeah, most of mine are fancy too.
You do look like a guy that would pull out all the stuff.
Oh
Oh,
my
he
gosh.
does.
You seem super
I can
like
vouch.
like romantic. And I just met him like 30 minutes ago. Is he or no? Yeah, right? Like he's holding on to the fairy tale.
Oh my gosh.
I-
Yes.
I think, yeah.
Sometimes I'm
Props.
like,
Props.
oh, okay, this is first date. Okay, this is first date. Okay.
You're like, that's a lot.
Yeah. So what else? Emma, do you have anything?
I feel like for me, hair down is kind of a big deal.
That's true.
And I have naturally curly hair, but on dates I will not wear it curly. I will straighten it out, or I'll curl it, or I'll straighten it out, like and just leave it with the flat iron. But hair is always down for me, and it's funny because I think we've talked about this before, where in my pursuit of like wanting to be the best online dater out there, I've read books that tell women basically like your hair needs to be down because guys find it more attractive.
Right?
Yeah.
It makes you seem feminine and gentle and beautiful.
Right. So my
Whatever.
hair is always down.
So you roll up in pigtails.
Yes. Or in a messy bun.
Living your best life.
Yeah.
And he rolls up in white stitching jeans.
Woo! It's a match made in heaven, y'all.
With the white sunglasses.
Does he also have the what's it called? The lightning in the hair?
Oh, frosted tips.
Yes.
So hot.
I'm sorry, do you know this man? And can you give him my phone number? That's funny.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and I think that accessories are also important, at least for me. Like, I feel like it's sort of like you're presenting yourself, and it goes back to like the whole peacock, idea.
yeah.
So we're like presenting ourselves, and that's why peacocks have beautiful feathers, because they use it to court others. And so for me, like accessories, again, it's just part of that. And so I want to create this image of, hey, this is what you're gonna get. Isn't this amazing? Don't you want this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know there's a peacock male version, right? Do you know what that means?
Oh yeah.
So,
I've experienced it with you too.
what?
Whoa.
No, it wasn't you. It was you and another friend who remains nameless because you know who you are.
Okay.
Well, I'm liking this.
We were out somewhere, and another guy started kind of like machoing up, which caused our other friend, your best friend.
Wait, that's like.
Do you
You're
guys
talking
like-
about cock blocking?
Do you
No,
like
no,
pound
no.
your chest?
So, yeah,
or what is
it was
involved?
sort of like he
Yeah,
like
what's happening?
He like puffed up, and it was like I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm a man too, kind of.
Emma
idea.
would
It
be a
was
horrible
really
man, by the
funny.
way. She is too cute and girly for this.
It was really funny, but I've seen it happen where it's like you feel like a male is trying to be dominant, and you're like, no, I am the dominant male. Let me show you how dominant I am.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
okay. I think there's another.
Were they wearing white stitching jeans?
Does our friend wear like stitching jeans?
Oh.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You thought about it.
I'm trying to go back online.
Cataloging
Yeah.
our social outings.
I don't want to say his name because he's gonna get like
Butthurt?
conceited.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he single?
No.
No, he's not single. Yeah.
But he'll still get like an
Yeah.
air about him.
But there's another peacock out
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah, it has to do with wearing something that's very like flashy. So you go to the bar and wear like a real flashy necklace or like a I don't know. It could be white sunglasses, but the whole point of that is to draw attention to you so that you'll seem interesting. That's
Or appalling.
at the same time. So you'll piss off half of the people, and you might turn on the other half.
Yeah.
Well, they say like your perfect match will like those things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, who knows?
What else you get? Anything
You
else?
wear those white stitching jeans.
And heels. How do you feel about heels?
Oh, those are so sexy.
Okay.
Like wear heels. Yeah.
Except in the winter. Winter is the only time that I refuse to wear heels because I don't like the cold. I love the heat. I'm in my element right now. Like when it gets to 90 and 100, I can go without AC, y'all. That's how like amazing I am with heat.
Amazing. She's like, I'm amazing, period.
Yes. So in the winter is the only time that I'll wear boots instead of heels.
Okay.
But
I don't
hair is
know.
flat.
That's a sensitive topic for me.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm like 6 feet tall. And it's
My
always
best friend
a
is
thing.
really tall too.
It's always a thing. Like, wait, how tall are you? Can you wear flats on our first date?
Oh.
Do you wear heels? And I'm like, yeah, I do.
Well, then that's on them. That's not on you.
That's a them issue, not a me issue.
Exactly.
You know, and I identify with heels. I had an ex-boyfriend before I got married. He was like one of my true loves. He was 5'6".
Oh.
And he was obsessed with the fact that I was tall. And I didn't care. Like I forget certain things
Right.
when I become your friend or your lover.
Right.
I forget, you know, that I don't know, you pick your teeth or you are 2 feet tall or
We
what.
all have flaws.
Yeah.
You just don't see that anymore. You see their heart and their spirit and the
Right.
things that you're attracted to. So it just
And height is not a flaw, by the way. I didn't mean it to sound like that.
Oh no. I was just like, we're gonna talk about height. Okay, I gotta drop
We
this.
have
Gotta drop some knowledge.
I have a friend, and you've met them, a couple friend,
Yeah.
who the wife is a lot taller than the
Oh,
husband.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
And it's not a big deal to them. Like I think she loves it that she's taller than him. He loves that she's taller than her, and he loves it when she wears heels,
Yeah.
and he just embraces it.
Yeah.
And so I
It's
think
almost like they're proud of it. They're
yes,
like,
they
we
really are. So yeah.
I think at the end of the day, it goes back to love languages and values, right?
Right.
The physical you can kind of overlook, and as you get older, it doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't
right?
matter. We're all gonna shrink it no matter what.
Yeah. And
We are.
I'll never shrink a foot, you guys.
Talk to me when you're 60. Let's see.
I'm gonna shoot you a text. Hey, Emma, I'm 5'1" now.
All right. So, from a man's perspective,
Yes.
I think women should always wear heels. First
Okay.
date. Yeah.
He
'Cause
is such a romantic.
That's very
He's like the cliche. It's adorable.
wear heels and also wear something red.
Really?
My mom says that.
Yeah.
I don't own. I mean, the only red thing I own says tacos are my Valentine.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I think you should wear that on all of your first dates from now on.
Because red is important because our cousins, the chimpanzees, whenever they're ready to mate, the female gets red. She turns red. And then
What?
Then the male
Like
chimpanzees.
the Hulk turns
like
green,
the Hulk,
she
like
turns
the,
red.
Like the body just turns kind of red. Yeah, there's some
I
research
have
about
not
that.
heard of this before.
That is
Google
true.
this, please.
Yeah.
Emma, get on this.
Yeah. So it says here, females display red on their bodies when they're more fertile and ready to mate. These are chimpanzees and baboons. So
Things
I just
got
find
weird.
this very interesting.
yeah, these red displays have been shown to increase attraction behavior in their male counterparts. So
Now, do you do this because of science, or you're actually attracted to red?
I
Or
think
you're trying to
it's
test the theory?
science. It's science, I think. And there's so many more studies that show that red is more attractive on females than any other color. For
Well,
some reason.
culturally, for us Mexican people, hey Mexican people, it's good luck.
Is it?
And I know in like Chinese and Taiwanese culture, red is also good luck. So maybe it's like one of those things.
Yeah.
where just-
Yeah.
I don't know what it means for Salvadorian people. Sorry.
It's probably the same thing. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
Latin thing.
Maybe it could be a Latin thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's just red dress, nice jeans, nice top, look put together.
How do you
because-
feel about cleavage? I forgot to mention that because I have been blessed.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, girl.
And so
Uh-huh.
I that is one of my peacock things, is that I like to show a little cleavage, just an appropriate amount of cleavage on the first date.
Yeah. I think if you get it, flaunt it. Why
I
not?
like that.
You know?
I like that.
But don't like come out with like, you know.
No,
like,
it's
so low.
tasteful, Zorric. It's tasteful.
Do you wear a bra on the
Yes.
first I'm just asking.
Why would you even think that's okay to ask? That should be an automatic yes.
If there was like a bomb emoji right now, Emma's face is the bomb emoji.
I'm just asking, okay?
Remove all sharp objects from reach.
Danny,
Yes.
do you wear a bra on a first date? I mean,
I always wear a bra.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't wear a bra
I
on the
do.
first date.
I love wearing bras. I was like, oh, he's going there. Okay. Yes, I wear a bra. Oh, man. But I'm
Okay.
not a cleavage person. Yeah, I like to keep them hidden. You know, and I was also blessed, but it's like a surprise. Like, surprise
okay.
when you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like unwrapping a present, kind of.
Yeah.
Taking the layers off.
You know,
Yeah.
It's the ribbon, then the wrapping paper.
The red
box.
clothes, taking off all the red clothes.
Everything is red. The bra.
Bras red. My skin turned red. I knew it. I was a
I'm
chip.
just a tomato at this moment.
Do you love me? It's funny.
Yeah. So, again, yeah.
What
heels,
else for you? Okay, heels.
Jewelry, but not too much. Just like a nice necklace, or you don't have to put like 50 rings on.
What
or,
about pearls? Do you feel pearls on a first date are appropriate?
It reminds me of the Titanic.
Oh, what about fake lashes or fake nails?
I can't tell. Like guys can't. I can't tell.
Really?
No, that's a lie.
No.
That is a lie. And let me tell
Why
you
is your-
why.
Finger emoji. Finger emoji.
So, I've had my eyelashes done before, and I got the, I got them professionally done, and I swear, like, I got hit on so much when I had those fake eyelashes than I do with my natural lashes. Like, it just does something to my eye, and it just like makes it more appealing, and guys like secretly notice and actually appreciate it.
Books an eyelash extension appointment.
Yep.
Was it like sticking out like this, like your eyelashes?
No, it was done tastefully,
Okay.
Zorric.
Where was this bar, by the way?
Huh?
Where was this bar, by the way? Or this restaurant or this house party?
What are you talking about?
Where you got hit on?
Oh, everywhere.
Oh.
Like, I would just be walking to work, or I'd be walking to the store, and
You know what it might have been though is you realized you looked super cute,
Oh,
and so you
oh.
were exuding this like sexy confidence, and so it was more attractive.
it's not just me though. Friends who've gotten it done like say the same thing.
But like you're feeling yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like if I'm wearing an outfit where I'm like, dang girl, every time I see a reflection, I'm like, are you single?
Yeah, I
Dani?"
think that could be
Right?
true, but I think I also like that
Guys
guys
like eyes.
notice it.
Guys
yeah.
love eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
What-
think you guys notice it, but you like unconsciously notice it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't even know they're noticing it, but they're noticing
Right.
it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I'm noticing.
You
it.
know what? One day I'm
Maybe
gonna
if
come
your
in with my
eyelashes were red.
eyelashes done. Yeah, I'm gonna start using red mascara and like a red eyeliner.
Well, I think there's some logic to that, Danny, because when I have like a new blazer on or new shirt on, I feel kind of
Yeah.
confident,
You're
right?
like,
It's new.
"Damn right.
I'm like,
Check me
I
out."
look good, you know? Taking selfies and stuff. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. But I also think guys just notice things
Yeah.
unconsciously.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I just
true.
think it happens.
I
Okay.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I fully support that, Emma. Team Emma.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zorric.
It's okay. I'm always like
Not noticing eyelashes. What's wrong with you?
It looks the same.
Why do I even bother putting on mascara?
Because we do it for ourselves.
This is
We
true.
do it too because we love it.
To take a selfie.
Yeah.
To update your Bumble.
Do you guys know that like the least attractive color that we think?
Oh no. What is it?
The least attractive
Yellow.
color? yellow and brown.
Yellow is like my first Bumble picture.
I look so good in yellow.
I look so tan.
Yes.
I actually look Mexican when I wear yellow.
That's why I love being blonde, because I feel it just like makes everything pop.
Yeah, you just look more caramel.
Yes.
I think of like bumblebees, but I mean, I'm sure you guys are dressed tastefully. I mean,
It goes to her Bumble.
You met me as a blonde, Zorric. You met me as a
Erases her
blonde.
picture. Oh, this is depressing.
I'm a statistics guy. Okay, I'm just going by the numbers, but that could actually that's a really good picture.
I like that.
Yeah.
Would you swipe, Zorric?
Yellow. Just too much
He
yellow.
hesitated, everybody. He hesitated. He hesitated. Let the record show Zorric does not like lashes or happiness.
I love happiness, but
No, but it just surprises me because yellow is associated to like happiness and like
yeah.
opening, and a lot of times.
But they also do it at fast food restaurants to get you to leave faster.
oh,
Yeah, that's psychological.
I didn't know
and
that.
with the EDM music, like the fist pump music
Yeah,
at the
like
stores.
McDonald's, In-N-Out, they're
Yeah.
all yellow and red because it's like assaulting, and so you want to get out faster.
Oh, it always reminds me
Damn,
of
I
ketchup
should take
and
my own
mustard.
advice. What am I doing?
Changing the background to a light blue.
Oh, this is a problem.
All right, guys. So I think that's enough. I don't know if we've confused everyone out there, or we helped anyone out there.
Wear
Your lobster is out there.
Yes.
Just trust life,
Yeah.
okay?
wear what you're comfortable in, as long as it's not sweatpants and a sweatshirt or flip flops or white accessories or.
Remain true to who you are, but look like you tried.
Is somebody taking notes here?
Yes, I'm sure. Sorry, y'all.
This poor man is like in it with his headphones at the mall, running back and forth between stores, so
Yes, no,
confused. Oh no.
All right, Dani. What's your takeaway here? What can you tell everyone out there? Like, what should you do? Bottom line.
I think in everything, as in life, business, relationships, love, friendship, is remaining true to who you are, having an open mind, never being judgmental or holding someone, never being too hard on someone. For example, they roll up in white stitch jeans. If he treats me right and he's a gentleman and he's sweet, I'll get rid of them eventually. You know,
But you're going to have to suspend that judgment first, right?
Yeah, exactly. So remain true to who you are, keep an open mind, but look like you tried.
Yes.
But that's in everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Love,
Yes. Yeah.
relationships, friendships, work.
Family.
How many times have you like distanced yourself from a friendship because you're always making plans, you're always inviting them, you're always
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
it's the effort.
Yeah.
It is
Try.
the effort.
Yeah.
It does have
Try.
to be balanced. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Because that's what I'm teaching my clients to do is like being able to be okay with the give and take. And sometimes you're going to give a little more and you're going to take a little less, and it's going to balance out eventually.
Yeah.
For sure. What about you, Zorric? What did you get out of this? Besides being
Notice eyelashes.
a jerk.
Say your eyes are
Yeah.
so beautiful. I love your lashes. Eyelashes. Don't say lashes because they'll think you think they're fake.
Yeah.
Maybe be more detail oriented. So notice things on women.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love when someone says I like your freckles because I hide them with foundation. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
you could see my freckles? Do you want to have my babies?
Oh. Guys, you guys know how to get to Dani.
Yeah. Yeah. Notice my freckles.
Yeah.
Maybe this is more of like things you need to do in order to be successful dating Dani.
This is basically turning into a big advertisement for me. Guys, my credit score is 845, by the way.
You know, I mean, you have me who's an expert about certain things. I'm better at telling people what to do than actually doing it myself. And then you have Zorric, who can just give you the guy
Super
perspective. I mean,
romantic.
perfect. Exactly.
And then Dani just talks about herself. I mean, this is a great triad. Can I come back next week?
You're welcome anytime.
Okay, Dani. So let's talk more about Dani.
Are you being facetious?
No, I'm being serious because I think we want to know a little bit more about, just a little bit, poquito.
Poquito.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
are you from here, or are you from Dallas?
No,
Where are
I'm
you
from California.
Oh,
I
okay.
moved here 7 years ago from San
Okay.
Diego.
Oh,
Are you a Texan now, or are you still?
Oh, yeah.
Are you 100%
Yeah.
Texan?
Beautiful.
100%.
Good.
Except the whole queso thing. Sorry, guys. It's nacho cheese.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know where you're going.
Emma looks like she's going to fight me right now.
I'm like,
You guys,
I don't know
if
where
I
you're
disappear, it
going.
was Emma. It was Emma.
Let me show you my ways. I actually just got like apparently I got these like amazing tortillas from San Diego.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And they were awful? Because you look like you're not impressed.
I was not.
Oh.
So, but I'm
Emma's
eating
not
them.
Mexican.
I am not Mexican.
So maybe you just like certain things differently. Like white stitching jeans.
So, influencer.
Yeah.
So, how'd you get into that? I mean,
Oh, man.
that's
I
a
swear.
huge industry right now.
It
I
is.
know you get asked this a billion times.
Yeah,
But
I
Cliff
love the
Notes,
story though.
yeah.
I do. I love the story. The Cliff Notes version is I was in a bad relationship and I wanted an outlet, you know, and makeup became taking care of myself. It wasn't even makeup. It was taking care of myself became my yoga. It became a way to express myself. And so I lost my identity when I had my first son. And it's something that women are so like taboo to talk about.
Oh, yes.
They're like, oh, I'm a mom,
Especially-
I'm a mom, I'm a mom. It's like, no,
Yes.
you're you, and then you're a mom.
And I've said this before too. Like when I did private practice, it was predominantly with like Hispanic women, and it's sort of like you are an individual, then you become a wife, and the moment you become a mom, like that takes the focus, and that's the first thing. And then my theory on that is it actually is the reverse. You're still you, so you need to focus on you as an individual, so that you can be an effective wife if you're in a relationship or girlfriend, and then if those two things are met, then you can be an effective mother.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know who you are, what's going to happen to you when your kids graduate and leave the nest or get married? You're gonna push them to have grandkids
Yeah.
so that you can have fulfillment again. That's not how it works. So
Yeah.
I work with that a lot, where
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you're a person. Let's figure out what your hobbies and interests are.
Yeah. One of my friends always teases me because she's like, I know, you fill your own love tank. I was like, well, who else is going to do it?
Exactly.
You know?
And if you can't fill your own love tank, like, why do you think someone else is going to do it?
Yeah. And what does they say? Like, you don't find happiness in someone else. You find happiness within
Right.
yourself, and someone else comes and is complementary to it.
You have to know yourself. You have to like love who you are or appreciate who you are, like your idiosyncrasies, appreciate your hobbies, appreciate your little quirks before someone else can
Yeah.
truly like come in and accept those things too.
Yeah, yeah. And you have to be deliberately you, because if you're not going to find someone that
Right.
actually falls in love with who you are.
Yeah, they're
So,
gonna.
I'm me,
with
I'm
the
obnoxious, I
invented
laugh loud, I
persona.
snort. That's it. You get it. That's what I mean. The weight of my heart is thinking my snort is adorable. Yeah, so I was in a kind of a crappy situation, and I started working when I was 13. So I moved to Dallas, and I'm expected to be this like kept wife that's just raising a family, and I was lost. So I found YouTube, and I started to like do my makeup again and buy like a cute shirt and do this and do that. And I used to be a culinary arts instructor in California. So I was around people all the time, and it was a certification program. It gave me purpose. You know, I was a nutritionist, and so I was able to fill my like social necessity of like of being around people.
Right.
And being at home with a child that doesn't even talk and just poops and cries all day. It was like, oh, what am I doing with my life?
I think it's
So-
frustrating even like because I feel like you are a true extrovert, and it's
Yeah.
even really difficult for people who are true introverts
Yeah.
to not have communication with other adults all day.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And so one day out of the blue, I was like, I should do a YouTube video. It just was like the best idea I've ever had. And in 6 months, it was generating revenue. In 2 years,
Nice.
it was an
Wow.
LLC.
That's
And now it's
Very
a brand.
cool.
really
Yeah.
good for some businesses. Like, don't even generate revenue in 2 years, 3
Yeah.
years. So that's really good.
I got a $17 check, you guys. I'm so proud of
Nice.
it.
Nice.
I didn't cash it. Now I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's my baby.
Yeah, but it's progress, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I bet it felt so good no matter how much it was. It could have
Oh
been
yeah,
$1.
no,
It
no.
doesn't matter.
No, it was super exciting.
Yeah.
It sounds
So
like
exciting.
you just, you figured out what was going to be most beneficial for you, and
Yeah.
like you were doing it because it made you feel
I needed
powerful
purpose.
again.
Yeah.
I needed purpose, and I hate to admit that helping someone gives me purpose. right? I don't know why it feels so.
I am a therapist. Like, why do you think I will let down on that?
Yeah, and so I'm like, man, I'm just helping. And so for me, it was, I grew up with a stay-at-home mom. Mm-hmm. You know, we were very poor, like food bank poor, but I had a stay-at-home mom. And she raised us until I was 15. Mm-hmm. And I said, I want to do that for my kids. But I am useless right now. You know, I'm just being a great mom, but I need something else.
You're right.
You know, he's not going to appreciate this until he goes off and he gets an excellent wife that reminds him of his mother.
And then you can compare, you know, and then he can compare her to you all the time.
And be weird.
My mom doesn't
about
do it like this. My mom makes sure, my mom spoon feeds me when I'm sick. Like, what do you mean you're not going to do that when I have a headache?
Oh, that's funny. You think that's queso? That's nacho cheese, Sharon.
So I guess the business, it made you happy.
Yeah.
It was something that you can do that kind of like, it filled your love tank in some way, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So.
And I made it a point to be absolutely 100% transparent with what I was talking about. You know, the whole premise and theme behind my content has always been, it's just makeup.
Yeah.
You know, it's not serious. You don't like it, wash it off, start all over. It's no big deal. It's fun. You know, people take life so seriously. And so it's this almost theme on life. You know, it's about makeup, but it's just makeup. It's just a relationship. It's just life. Just, you have one chance. Like, what did George Strait say? We're not here for a long time. We're not here for...
We're not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Yeah. And I've watched some of your videos, and I think the reason why you're so successful is because you're genuine and you're like heartfelt. And I think the divorce one was like a really good video, like a real. That was a really good video. But that's what makes you different, and you know, I think that's what makes you successful.
Yeah.
As far as the influencer and the channel.
I try to engage people. You know, I want them to feel like I'm talking to them because I am.
Yeah.
You know, I am. I did YouTube because I lost my identity, but because I was lonely.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to somebody. And I didn't know anybody in Dallas. Like, how do you meet people when you have a 1-year-old at home?
Right. You know? It's really difficult unless you're part of the mommy blog and then they're judging you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, is that like organic, all natural, non-GMO, vegan?
No. I took them to McDonald's because they like it. And instead of the apples, I said, give
Extra
me 2
fries.
things of fries.
Extra fries and extra ketchup. Thank you.
So I like the fact that you also have videos in Spanish. I thought that was really cool.
It's my first language. Hola.
Yeah. So why did you start the Spanish channel? Is it?
It was funny because I would be in like mid video and then I would say like, ay, como dice mi mamá, you know, and they'd probably be like, whoa, where did that come from? You know, like no accent in English, no accent in Spanish. Is it coming from the same voice, like from the same person? And I was like, yeah, my first language is Spanish. It's what I speak to my family. And so when people found out, I went in, I did like this deep dive search on my analytics, and it turns out that about half of my viewership comes from Mexico.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Are you from Mexico?
My parents are from Aguascalientes.
Okay.
And so in San Diego, I mean, Tijuana's right there.
Okay.
Right.
So it was like, oh, you want to go grocery shopping, go to Tijuana. You want to go dancing, go to Tijuana. You want to go, you know, do stuff you don't want documented, go to Tijuana. So it was, you know, it's a big part of who I am. And I don't have that here in Dallas.
Yeah.
You know, so I have that little bit of like the feeling of home when I can engage with my Latino viewership or subscribership.
You just need to hang out with me. I have plenty of Hispanic friends. We will all get together.
Emma is officially my best friend.
So I guess onto your dating. I mean, how is it? How long have you been single, by the way?
2 years.
2 years.
Okay. 2 years. I took a year off after I got divorced. But I mean, my marriage was over a long time ago. And so a year off additionally felt like 10 years. But I just wanted to learn myself again.
Exactly. That's what probably Emma would recommend, right?
I mean,
After
I
a
didn't know
long
who
term.
I was. I was told what to wear, what makeup to do or not do, and not to wear heels and stuff like that. And so I remember one of the very first like shopping experiences I had. I walked into a furniture store. I needed to get, I don't know what it was, a coffee table. I walked in and I was like, I can decide any coffee table that I want in this entire place, and no one needs to have an opinion.
That's awesome. Were you
Based
overwhelmed by
100%.
that?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I almost wanted to cry. I was like, I get to pick any coffee table and no one's going to say anything about it? It's 100% my choice.
Like my mom
And
might
now I
judge it
look
a
at
little
my-
bit, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, but she's a Mexican mom. She'll judge,
Right.
she'll judge her judgment.
Exactly.
So now I look at my coffee table, I'm like, I love you. But no, dating is absolutely awful. It's atrocious. There's this theme of people are disposable. There's the glorification of busy. And it's a ego boost drive-through window concept of the grass is greener. So you'll go on a date, it'll be absolutely magic, fairy tales, fireworks, bubblegum, and rainbows. And they'll go home and they'll keep swiping.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
what if something's better?
Right, it's the fear of missing out. It's
FOMO.
the FOMO.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something that we've talked about before. And then there's kind of like the majority of us, like the very small majority that are actually on dating apps to actually date and actually like meet the one. And, you know, we kind of get like lost and everyone else like being the majority of like, I want to make sure this is the right person. I'm going to go on another date. Oh, I don't know who you are anymore. But yeah, like there's people like
are
us
disposable
that,
for sure. It's awful. I mean, the whole concept of like ghosting or submarining. What is that? Like, I want to talk to these mothers.
Wait, what is
what's
submarining?
Oh,
We're supposed to be the experts.
I know.
Let me tell you, love experts.
Look
Take
at
some
Dani.
notes.
There's
This is going to be
twirling
your
of the
next
hair, y'all.
This is going to be your next topic. Submarining. So submarining is the same concept as ghosting, except they come back.
Just zombieing.
Zombieing.
Is that what it's called?
That's-
Yes.
So I read this article about it. I don't know. I was getting my hair done. You know, priorities, guys. And I read it. I don't remember what it was. One of those magazines, and I couldn't ever like pinpoint like what to call it because you know they have a great day, you have a good time, and then they disappear, and then they come back and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And usually my response is like, "I'm sorry, who are you?"
Right.
Because they're not in my phone book or like my contact list anymore.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, it's Robert. Hey, Robert, do you remember me? No. And so they're like, hey, it's Robert. And I'm like, oh, do you want something? I mean, do you need something? Because
Because you're like, I've moved on. I'm done.
Yeah. I'm dating my dog at this point. Okay. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's awful. I hate that. I mean, I've been on dates. Let me tell you guys. I've been on dates where the guy says, do you want the positive feedback or the negative feedback?
Whoa.
I was like, do you want to get murdered or
Or do you want to stay alive?
do you like living?
So, do you use dating apps?
I do.
Okay, you do.
I do.
What are your apps of choice?
I use Bumble and I do Match.com.
Okay.
But most of the time I'm hiding. I
Like
get
hidden profile.
Yeah, super hidden. I'm like, oh, this is too much. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It can be overwhelming sometimes. Yes.
Yeah. So when did you first start using the dating apps? Like I guess a year after you got divorced.
Yeah. So I got divorced. I waited a year, cleaned out my closet, started all over, and I actually met someone not on an app, but he didn't live here. He lives in Michigan.
Oh.
And so it was like so romantic, you guys, let me tell you. But he fell in love with me after like 2 dates. I was like, slow down, buddy.
Wait, how many days does it take? Like, what's a good gauge?
I'm such a hopeless romantic. Like, I married my ex after 6 months.
Okay, wow.
We just full on got married, and we're married for 8 years.
Yeah.
But so I don't. There's no timeline for me. But for me, it was like, well, you live in Michigan, I live in Texas. Are you moving?
Nope.
Would you ever? Because I can't. Like, I legally can't. I have children with this man, and we're staying in Texas.
Yeah.
Are you moving? If it's not something that could happen in the next 6 years, I'm open-minded, you know, then it's not. You know, I don't care how much you love me.
No. But what made you attracted, or what was it? What about him that was just so magical? That
He knew who he was.
okay.
He lived this deliberate life of this is who I am, but he didn't do it in a cocky way. He did it in a confident way. He was intelligent. He had, you know, pristine vocabulary. He took care of his appearance. He was perfectly groomed. He always smelled good. He opened the door. He would
Check.
always
Oh my
say,
gosh, everything.
I like your shoes, or your lip color is beautiful. I can't wait to take it off. You know, and so it was. He was older.
Yeah.
He knew life already.
How much older?
Maybe 12, 13 years.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. But That is kind of hot, like having a long distance relationship and coming back and forth. And I bet when you guys hung out, it was just like so romantic.
It was great. And you know,
and
and he was so, it never felt like he was all the way in Michigan because he kept in contact. He never made me feel like an afterthought, which nowadays, like you'll be on Bumble, you'll connect with someone and you're so, my best friend lives in New York and she's like, tell me about Bumble. She's been married like 15 years. Just tell me about Bumble. How does it work? I'm like, okay, ready? I'm going to totally script it out for you guys. This is how Bumble works. Hey, how are you? Good. How are you? Good. And then one of you dies. That's Bumble.
Yeah.
Yep.
It never comes to fruition. There's never like, give me your phone number. Let's hang out. You're so gorgeous. Let me take you to dinner.
And it's so funny. So I have a friend who's been married forever too. I'm going to say her name because she's going to be very excited. Brandy, what's up?
Hey girl, hey.
And I gave her my phone to swipe because she had never done it and she's married and
that would have been so exciting.
It was so exciting for her. She was so excited. And it's so funny because she went home and she texted me. She's like, has anyone messaged you back? And I said, nope, they're all gone.
Yeah, and we talk about, our past episodes, we talk about how the messaging just, it dies. And we have talked about how we think men should ask out women quickly.
Yeah.
Like within a week or something like that.
But you know what I also think is women have made men super self-conscious and insecure because some women treat guys like Build-A-Bear.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, well, so what do you do for a living? AKA, how much money do you make? So, you know, where would you go on a first date? AKA, how much you're going to spend on a first date? You know, and it's this whole concept of how tall are you? How come it's not listed on your profile? Is it because you're short? Who cares? Like, what good does that do you? What, so you need a step ladder? What's the big deal? Like, register for your wedding. It's, you know, it's like, it's this concept of treating people like,
it's also like the drive-through dating, like you said, like you expect, okay, we're a match, so that means we can kind of like rush through this relationship so that we can get married because we're so socially linked to like social media and like it's become such a big part of us. And so like, what is it that you see, especially if you're over 30 and you're single, you're the odd person out because if you have friends that are over 30, they're getting married or they're having kids or they're doing these like amazing life experiences, and then there's you.
Yeah. I just came back
Just
from
being
Peru
by yourself.
for hiking 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh god. Yeah, I don't know. People are way too quick to jump the gun on judgments with these swiping apps. Like for me, it's I'm too tall, I have kids, or I live in southern Oklahoma, and that's automatic. Like 3 strikes against me. But you know what? My Lobster's out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Find
he
me
is.
on Instagram. Slide into my DM.
So how's your experience been? Any cool dates?
Or any
dates,
horrible dates?
like awkward dates?
Yeah. So yesterday, yesterday my date was 43 minutes long.
Oh, you're being serious? Oh, 43 minutes?
That's bad, right?
That is pretty bad. Yeah, on the guy side.
That is awful, you know. And for me, I'm big on eye contact. If you don't make eye contact with me on a date, I'm like, what do you got to hide, bro? You got some bodies in your trunk, or what's going on?
What if, like, I mean, what if they're autistic?
Oh, God.
What
like,
if they?
I'm thinking it from a mental health perspective, Zorric. It's real.
Okay.
But okay.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
No, I do, because I think you would lead with something like,
okay,
by the
that's
way,
true.
this is, or, you know, or he would bring it up on a date. Like this is a horrible comparison, but like if someone doesn't drink, they lead with that. By the way, I don't drink.
Or if, that's
something that you just
vegetarian.
close.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think that's a big turnoff. Like if you're on a date with somebody and I'm like talking to you, and then all of a sudden Mike goes, oh.
Yeah.
But is it a cultural thing too? Like, could it be a cultural thing?
He was the white guy from SMU.
Oh, then no, that's not a cultural thing.
His head was like on a swivel.
No, so we're sitting at the bar, and I love to do the turn in at the bar, like where my legs are in between their legs, like that, to be engaged, right? Body language says so much,
Yeah.
For sure.
right? And to me, it's not even like, oh, I'm into you. It's I respect you, so I'm paying attention to you. And he was facing the bar, and he would like answer a question, and he'd be like this, like,
Oh, like very robotic.
well, I wanted to ask him,
Did he have a neck injury?
are you scared of me? Do you think I want to eat you? Or I got this feeling like maybe he's scared of me. And then he kept like rubbing his eyes, and he was drinking Red Bull, and he yawned. And I was like, did you like party hard last night? Or are you hungover? Are you tired? Or are you bored? Which is it?
Yeah.
And I'm brutally honest, not like assaulting, brutally honest, but I'm like, are you
You're
tired?
gonna cut through the BS.
Yeah. Are you tired? He's like, no, but I gotta wrap this up in 30 minutes. And I was like, why don't we just wrap it up now?
Jeez.
And we did.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
Did he have
was-
another date?
He said he had to go pick someone up.
Oh, that is,
So I don't know.
but there was no, I guess, like intellectual connection or.
You know, I like I said, I think he's scared of me because he was like, what do you do for work? And what do you do that? And he was asking me all these questions. And I mean, I talked for like 30 minutes and finally I was like, well, tell me about yourself. Like, I want to know about you, you know, like, I mean, I love talking about myself, but like, I want to know about you. Like, what do you like? What makes you happy? And so he was very frigid with his answers and stuff. And at the end of the date, he's like, I am so sorry. I went to the restroom. And when I came back, he's like, oh, you came back? And I'm like,
Was he expecting you to leave?
we're on a date. Was I allowed to leave? Because I would have.
Okay.
But he's like, you came back? I told the bartender I was sure you left. I'm like, no, I came back. He's like, oh, okay, well, I already checked out. I'm like, okay, well, let's go then. We'll go. Okay. Anyway, I thought it was weird.
Oh, wow.
And at the end of the day,
so inconsiderate and horrible.
yeah, at the end of the date, he was like, hey, I'm so sorry that I have to go pick this up. It's like a family thing, whatever, but I'd love to see you again. And I was like, yeah,
No.
well, just call me unmatched. You know, that's like the Bumble way of saying no, thank you. You just
Yeah.
go and unmatch them.
Yeah. So that's pretty awkward. I mean, 43
Yeah.
minutes. Mine are like marathons. Like we're
Yeah.
talking for
I
like
love
4
like
hours.
4 hour
blah, blah,
dates.
blah, blah, blah. We're
Ugh,
talking.
they're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all him.
Is it bad? As a
Yeah.
love
It's
expert, is
good.
it bad?
No, it's not that it's bad, but my thing is like, great, it's a first date. Like, it's a first date.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes I think that like the longer the date is, the higher the expectations become on like where this could go. And so it just kind of leads into more like unrealistic expectations of, oh, I really thought we hit it off. So it kind of makes if it doesn't go well, it makes the heartbreak like a little bit more.
You know what I think,
hurtful.
Emma? I think you're like a super hopeless romantic too, but you like to throw that like thug representative out there. Yeah, she's like, I don't like to get my heart broken. I will murder you before I ever say I love you. But she's like a super romantic, you guys.
She is.
She's all about that thug life.
I've never denied that though.
Yeah.
Have I?
She's the
No.
mayor of Tough Guy City, everyone.
Have I ever denied that I'm not I
No.
love love.
Yeah. That's why we're doing this.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
love the
I
science.
love
we love
love,
everything.
and I'm excited to meet the person, whoever they are. And my whole thing is like, I'm probably still working through my stuff that I need to work through, and
Aw,
you know,
I'm perfect, so I'm good. Are you out there, Prince Charming? I'll settle for the popper at this point.
yeah, Harry's taken, and I'm salty about that. But
I
I can't
know,
get into
right?
it. I can't get into it.
I was like, what? That was a blind date? Oh, let me tell you about my blind dates.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, I have one
Right?
that can beat it, but I can't share that
Oh.
on the air.
Beat it?
No, I have one that can like is a horrible blind date, but I can't talk about it on the air.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, listeners.
Did you hit him?
Nope.
Did you run him over
There
with your
was no
car?
physical violence involved.
Darn, those are my favorite stories.
Doesn't involve Clorox. No.
Does it involve turning red?
Yes, but not for the reason that you think.
Were there white stitching jeans?
Okay, so Dani, anything else? I mean, what? How about some I guess recommendations you'd give somebody for the first time? Because our listeners are the ones that are just getting on apps.
Yes.
They're just trying things out. They're trying to get their profile ready or their pictures ready or their bio ready.
Don't send out your representative. I think like there's this concept of this is me doing yoga and this is me holding a fish and this is me in Athens. Don't send out your representative because you're not going to go on a date in Athens. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like show your hobbies and your interests and stuff like that, but do it in a way that shows who you are. Like, what are you looking for? Do you want someone to see your soul? Do you want someone to have a Friday night with? Do you want someone to create a life with? Like, what do you want? You know? And so a lot of times these profiles are either lackluster, have zero effort. Like, have you guys seen those Bumble profiles with no bio whatsoever?
Yeah.
I hate
It's just
that.
pictures.
Yeah.
And I will swipe on some, and when they ever engage, I was like, well, you know what? You were so eloquent in your bio. My swipe has nothing to do with being 100% shallow, you know? And so I'm being obviously sarcastic about the whole thing, but, you know, say what makes your heart sparkle? You know, I'm that silly, believe in the fairy tale romance, and I refuse to relinquish that. Like, I need that. And so don't send out your representative. Who are you? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? Put something on there. Put a quote that like brightens your soul. Like,
So have your profile be basically like your life resume.
your heart resume.
Heart resume.
It's so cute.
And this is why I'm single. Everyone's like, was she high? On life, everyone, okay?
All right, Emma, what do you have?
I have lots of things. So basically, like,
Don't be a douche.
be open-minded and always do as I say, not as I do.
Gotcha. And Dani, where can everyone find you?
So it's just Coffee Break with Dani on YouTube and Instagram. Those are my main platforms. You can find me on other things, but those aren't very interesting.
On Bumble, I guess? Or?
Find me on Bumble. I have a very wide radius. So, I mean, if you're in Oklahoma, I love you too.
Well, everyone, that's all we have for today. We hope you enjoyed our show. If you have any questions, comments, or show topics that you'd like for us to discuss, please leave us an email at hello@datepodcast.com or find us on @datepodcast on Instagram and Twitter.
All right, everyone. Bye.
Bye.